And we are live here today with our great friend Hadar. And tell me if I'm saying your last name right. Muhtar. Am I right?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so therefore we're good on that end. And I just want to open a clip with Hadar from her social media page, which you can follow her at Hadar Muhtar, and tell us what's happening after, right, in this whole
מה יש
event.
לך? מה זה האלימות הזאת? מה זה האלימות הזאת? מה זה האלימות הזאת? למה? מה זה האלימות הזאת? מה זה קשור?
So
Yeah.
like you have a lot of these kind of events or situations, you can say. What is going on in this specific point here? Just as an opener, because this is how I got. I don't know how all of a sudden I'm seeing you in my feed, and I'm like, what's going on here? What's this action going on here? Why are these older people who are supposed to have more common sense having less common sense and being more aggressive to a youngster like you per
Yeah.
se? Right? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does not make sense. So what I do, yeah, I'm a right-wing activist. So there in Israel, we have a lot of protests of the left. I'm sure you have the same things in United States too.
For sure.
I saw the No King protest that you have, which is totally bullshit.
Right.
So in Israel, we have so many protests because the left, we are like the majority of the Israelis are right wing people, and the left is, it cannot stand that. So instead of like trying to win it in the election, what it does is just, burn the country by doing so many unnecessary protests. So what I do is that I go to these protests and I'm trying to understand what they want, and instead
Right.
of getting answers, what I'm getting is violence. I'm a woman, so I get a lot of a lot of people curse me, a lot of people push me, a lot of people hurt me, punch me, maybe even. So this is what I get from them instead of answers. I'm not a violent person. I always say that in my videos. I'm here to talk, I'm here to understand your point of view, and I'm here to show you that I'm like, maybe to try to convince you to be in our side, because I believe our side is the right side. um,
Right.
and instead of conversation, what I get is, a lot of violence, because they do not have any answers, um, why they protest and what they want to do with their life. So when you don't have any good arguments, what you do, you start using violence.
Wow. Wow. And
Yeah.
how frequent is it when you get out there? Is it heavy? Is it do they like what are they what how many people are attacking or attackative or aggressive in that nature? Or is it just yelling and screaming? Like what would you say is the majority happening?
So the
And
majority of the people.
are you afraid? I'm also are you afraid of this? Like God forbid, maybe someone will punch you, God forbid, in the face or something.
Yeah.
I pray that it doesn't happen, but
No, I'm not afraid. And they will not stop me to do what I do, because I believe in what I'm doing. And I think, in Israel, the left, the media is so pro left, and they always say that the left is pro freedom of speech, and the left is pro democracy, and they fight
right.
for our democracy, like in the United States, all this bullshit. um and the left never use violence. The right is always violent, right? This
Right.
is
That's
what
what
they
they
try
say.
to
That's the
sell us.
narrative.
This is what they say in the media. This is their narrative, and I'm trying to show them what actually happened in this protest. In this protest, the left is super violent. They use only violence. They do not know how to talk. They do not have any arguments. So this is what I do, and I'm not afraid of them, not at all. And I always say, when I come to the protest, and I ask them questions, and they ask me what I do and stuff like that. Like, most of them don't ask me that, but the few that does, I tell them, if you show me violent, I will show that on my Instagram and TikTok. If you come to talk to me, and if you will listen to what I have to say, well, so I do not have any violence to show to my 200,000 followers. So it's up to you. what you show me, this is what I'm going to show to the rest of the world. um yeah, so I do this quite
Are they
often.
afraid? Do they care? Like, did any of these people call you back, say, "Oh, take down your post"? Have you ever put any complaints in the police? Like what happened?
I
Any
should.
results?
I'm too nice. I'm telling you the truth. I'm too nice to these people. I need to file complaints. I need to go to the police. I need to show their face. I'm telling you the truth. I'm too nice to them. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to, I show the real face, but most of the time I try not to show the person because I don't want it to get personal. I want that to hear their view. I want to hear what they think. I don't want to show their face because after that maybe they will have problems at work and stuff like that. I'm super nice to them, by the way. I'm too nice. Most of the people tell me you should picture their face. You should go to the police. You should complain them, and maybe I should do that because I think they deserve that. So to be honest, I'm too nice to them.
You
I'm
should write. You should do merch like hats and T-shirts like lo yafe. Like the way you say it is so surreal. It's so fun. It's not funny, but it's cool in a sense and cute in a sense. You say lo yafe. The way you saying it in such a nice manner. They're so aggressive, and you're saying it in such a like calm tone. I mean that in itself is very 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 interesting. So
yeah,
I figure
I'm trying to show, the real right wing people that actually try to talk to the people, to the protest. I'm not using any violence, but they are
right.
so aggressive. Like I'm telling you, sometimes I'm shocked with their aggressiveness. And one time I did not say it in the past, but one time there was a guy who came with, I don't know how to call it in English, but it was like a thing that does a lot of noise.
Like a
Um,
blowhorn. It's maybe a blowhorn,
yeah,
maybe.
blowhorn, yeah, something like that.
Right.
And I've never told that, but I was speaking to the camera, and he was came behind me, and I think I have a video of that. And he did this like noise near my hand, near my ears, like super near my ears, and
Right.
I lost my hearing for like few seconds. And then I need to go to the ear doctor because I can't hear quite the same. As a true story, I think I need to, yeah, I have an appointment to a ear doctor
So
to
so
check
your
my,
hearing is less per se.
yeah, yeah, because
Wow.
of this,
Yeah.
because it's like a huge noise, and he put it near my ears, like super near my ears, and it can hurt your hearing forever.
Of course it can. I mean,
Yeah.
depending on the decimal that's it on, it's for no question about it. I agree 100% with you. I think, do we have that clip here in Instagram? Let me see if we have that clip.
Yeah, I have it. I have it.
I
I
think we
I
have.
took a
Let's
picture
find
of
that
that.
clip. Or the
Yeah,
guy with
it
the blowhorn. I
was.
remember there was a guy with a blowhorn,
Exactly. So
and
this
you
is the
had a.
guy. And the funny thing is that after a few protests, I saw him again, and this time he was like, "You're a nice person. You speak fluently. You're very smart. I'm sorry. You should be with us." After he
After
did
the
this,
fact.
like
After the fact. That's
after what he
crazy.
did to me in the first protest, because I always tell them, the left, they think that they are so smart, and they are like control the science, and all the people, the professors in my university are like super left wing. So the left has the feeling that all the knowledge in the world is with his hands. So I always tell them, I'm like, I grew up in a very left neighborhood. I was in the A200 unit, which is the intelligent unit of the Israeli army. So I was in a very good position there. I have 2 degree in computer science. I'm like super, I have a lot of, I grew up, as I said, I have a lot of like left wing friends when I grew up.
Are they still your
So
friends?
no, they're not.
Then
No, they're
I
not.
figured. I figured. That's how it
They're
works,
not.
right? That's how it works. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they after I told everyone, and I'm working for the Likud party. Um,
So, what's your
they
position right now in the Likud party? Like, what are you doing
yeah,
right now?
so Right now what I'm doing is I'm working for the primaries. I'm not working there like a job. My day job is working at the university and publishing papers about my subject, which is computer science. So this is what I do. I hopefully gonna finish my second degree. I have one course left, so I'm gonna finish this semester, and then I'm gonna continue to do my PhD, hopefully. um, so
Not
this is
bad.
what I do. Yeah, this is my day job. We have, I always say, we have academic degrees as well. The right wing people. We
Right,
have this
right, right. Well, I also hear you saying you have two toarim, two
two
titles.
tarim, exactly, two
How do the
degrees.
people feel when you say I have two degrees or two masters? How do they say that? What do they feel? Do they get pissed
Yeah,
off?
so
They get upset?
they get more upset because then they like think, oh my god, she's ruining all our narrative, that the Likud people, they're like, they called us chachachim. I don't know if you know the
No, what does that mean?
translation here to Hebrew. It's like servants. They
Oh
call us
wow.
servants, and because we
So low
are,
class people, basically servant
yeah,
people. The help. You're
low
basically the
class.
help of Israel.
Exactly. So they get annoyed when I say that, because all the narrative, I'm bringing all their narrative about the Likud party. Um, so
That's
it
crazy.
became a thing to say to the protest, I'm smarter than you, and I have more knowledge than you, and I'm not a servant, and I'm not lower class, totally not. I was in the best positions in the academic and the army. I'm smart, I'm intelligent, and I'm even more intelligent than you. So we're not chachchachim, as they called us, or servant.
I get that's so funny, huh? Like, let me see. There's a picture over here. I want to see one of the pictures here that I saw of yours on Instagram. One second, just for people to get a little
Yeah.
familiarity of what you do and
Yeah,
who
so
you
I'm
are.
I'm working for the primaries. I had my own party. Last election, I had my own party, which called Burning Youth.
Oh wow,
I opened my own party when I was 19. I was the youngest ever to do so in Israel. I was
wow,
too young in order to, be at the list, but in the list, but I was, the head of my party, and I did not make it last time.
why? What
And
was the
this
result?
I got, I think, 10,000 voters, which is good for, 90 years old that no one knew about, and did all her campaign without no money was involved there. I only do that, using my iPhone and TikTok.
Wow,
I got like 10,000
wow,
vote, which
wow. I
is,
want to see. I want to show that. I want to show the
yeah.
viewers here because it's gonna go all over social when we start promoting it. This is the guy.
אתה שומע מה הם אומרים? איך אני קשורה לקטר? עוד לא הבנתי.
That's so funny. So that guy is the guy who blew up your ear right there, huh?
So many of them, yeah,
Wow,
definitely.
wow. And then people don't realize that here's a picture, so they have proof in the world that you were actually in the army. You did your service, right? And you
Yeah.
did how many? You did 2 years, right?
I did more than 2 years.
Oh,
I was at the army almost 3 years.
wow.
Yeah, more like almost like a man.
Oh, basically like the male soldiers, not bad. So you did three
Yeah,
years. That's unbelievable. 3 years in the army, and they still have what to say to you that you had. Like I remember one of these people said that you didn't even go to the army. Like, excuse me, I've been there for 3 years.
they're crazy. I'm telling you, they will spread the most horrible and untrue lies in order to, hurt you as a person or your persona. But thank God, I have so many pictures from the army, so they cannot say anything. And I was in the best unit possible. Even in the A200 unit, I was in the best place, and I worked so hard in order to, for my country, and I serve. Definitely, I serve my country, and I did my army. Um, yeah, but they're crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy people, and I feel like it's very similar to the United States when you also have like the
I mean,
crazy.
a lot. I always say in my political point of views that the left wing in America is no different than left wing in Israel, and a
Yeah,
lot of these left wingers in America are unfortunately Ashkenazi woke Jews,
Yeah.
right? And and maybe in Israel now there's a lot of Sephardic woke Jews that are half Ashkenaz probably, or acting like Ashkenaz. Um, what is your
Yeah.
opinion? What is your opinion on the new? Now there's a new thing with Havganot, which is the protests for the Haredim in regards to military service. I mean, what do you think about that? What do you think is happening there?
Well, I have some. I think it's a complex topic, to be honest, and I
Okay.
have some different view than most of the people you will ask.
Okay. What would you
You know,
think?
I was at
I'm
the
gonna pick
eight.
on you here. I'm gonna pick on you a little bit here. Let me just.
Yeah, exactly. I was at the A200 unit, and I saw there that the army. I don't think the army is suitable for Orthodox people. That's the truth. I don't think the army want the Orthodox people. I think the army afraid from them because the army is very like non-religious and very like left wing. All the people there, um in my A200 unit in my service, most of the people there was millionaires from the center of Israel. They were like Ashkenazi, as you say. They did not believe in God. They hate the Judaism, and they hate that.
Wow.
So I think the army does not want the Orthodox people.
But do you
The
think if
army
now
is
all Orthodox Jews will come to the army, they might do it like a Kiruv movement now and make the whole army religious? They might start setting up shop there. I mean, I don't know how much the Israeli leftists are thinking through this properly.
yeah.
But I mean, like I can imagine there's going to be start. Okay, you're going to force us to go. Let's open a yeshiva there. Okay, guys, 3 hours Gemara now. We did our military training.
Holy Please, please, I want all the Orthodox people to come and change the army because the army now is super left wing. The army now, I feel like I feel the army. Not I'm not saying that the Golani soldiers, and I'm not have any complaints about the soldiers that actually going into Gaza and protect us. God pray them. Like seriously, they're like heroes. But I do have a problem with the higher position there. I think the higher positions there are very like against the government, are very against us, the Likud people, or like the right wing people. So I think the army is super left oriented, um,
Wow.
and I think it's dangerous, super dangerous. And I wasn't in the top units there, and I saw the people they chose to bring there, and I think there was a lot of um, protection. I don't know if you call this way, but friends
No,
that bring
it's
another friend,
I get what
protections there.
the right
Yeah,
word is, not protection, but more of an enclosed environment,
yeah.
or a group thing. But in that sense, do you believe that I know there's recent chatter in social media and in the news in Israel? Do you believe that the material or important reports for October 7th were prevented from being delivered to Netanyahu and his cabinet members? Do you think that's really what happened? What
Of
like, and what
course,
is your take on it? And give us
of
names, I
course.
think, just for us Americans to understand, living in America, who were those people? What were they people?
I was there, and there was like I have a lot of knowledge that I cannot say anything about that, but I
Right,
can
but tell
say
us what you
about the
can't say.
thing.
Right.
Yeah, about the thing that were published. So there was like a very important paper about what Hamas is planning to do. And it's good published that this paper did not reach to the table of the Benjamin Netanyahu. The army did not bring him the knowledge of or this important paper about what Hamas is planning. And I think that they did not bring it to Benjamin Netanyahu on purpose. I think they did not want him to know what happened. And it's all good published, by the way. So it's completely true. And also, what I can say is that there was a commander in my unit that tried to bring Netanyahu information, tried to pass information to Benjamin Netanyahu, which is the prime minister, which prime minister should control the army, of course. and he tried to bring him this information because the army did not want to bring the information to Benjamin Netanyahu, and now the army throw this commander in jail, and I don't know what will happen to him, but this was because he passed information not using
And
the
when did he
regular.
do that? When did he pass this information? This was before
After
October
the
7th.
6th and after the 7th of October.
So
He did
he
it after.
presented documentation that
Yeah.
proves that they prevented Netanyahu from knowing that
No,
October
it
7th
was
was
a new
happening.
information. It was a
Oh,
new
newer
information.
information.
Yeah, it was new information about what Hamas is trying to do after the 7th of October. Very important document. And the
So
army, again,
military intelligence was prevented to being
yeah,
presented Netanyahu. So for October 7th in different facets, and then this
yeah,
commander with additional information about the next steps of what they want to do post October 7th. This is crazy
exactly,
stuff. This is crazy stuff.
exactly, exactly.
It's like
And you know
imagine the
what?
Joint Chiefs of Staffs not telling Trump information. I mean, that's crazy,
Exactly like that.
right?
Exactly. And I was at the army. I can tell you about my personal my what I did there. So for example, I wrote something in my WhatsApp chat, something to my friends, and I said like I support the Likud party, and someone tell like show this text to my commander, and my commander tell me now you're gonna go to the court. So I go to the military court because I wrote something positive about Benjamin Netanyahu, which is fine. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't speak politics in the army. Okay, I should go to the army court. Fine, I did get a punishment for that. But you know
Wow.
what is the most annoying thing? I get like 2 weeks punishment in the army, like I could not leave the base because I said one good things about Benjamin Netanyahu in a private conversation. But my other commanders, my other soldiers, they they went to the base with stickers against Benjamin Netanyahu. Literally, I have picture of that. I cannot send this. I can
All right.
just show that
So
because
and
I
that's allowed.
shouldn't.
They didn't get punished.
They did not get punished. They did not go to the court.
So there's no
Which
reprimand. We say in English, right? Reprimand on it. Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
that's
Double
crazy.
standard. The one rule for one other rule for the other. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
I think the
nonsensical.
army is trying to get Benjamin Netanyahu down for sure. I think the army is acting against Benjamin Netanyahu. I was there. I know what happens. I know what happened in the 6th of October. I know what happened the 7th of October. And I wish I could I could, at the end, get to the Knesset and, then speak about everything more freely because then the army would not be able to go after me.
But that's so funny.
But
The army can go after you. This is not necessarily what's the right word? This is not secret intelligence. This is just things that you can technically report on, right? But then the army will just retaliate against you,
yeah, they can put you in jail, and
just like
you
that,
know
without no.
it's yeah
I thought
the
Israel is a
army
democracy. I don't know. The army has more power than
the army in specific cases, they have a lot of power and they can do anything to you if they can prove that um you hurt the security of Israel, stuff like that, which is
So when you become a
completely
Knesset
nonsense.
member, hopefully in your the future primary, right? Then you can say whatever you want.
Then I can say whatever I want, and they will not be able to do anything to
Okay,
me.
but please say
So
it in our show. Please give us the info in our show. Let us get the
yeah,
exclusive.
sure. I will do that.
That'll be
I
a
will
huge
do that.
exclusive right there, telling us details of what actually happened in your intelligence of what you went through, and that'll be an interesting story to hear. I mean, based on what you're saying, you were in the unit of 8200, right? 82 unit 8200, like wow. So what do you do in computer science? Is that anything is that related to your experience in the military as well or no?
I was in I worked on cyber. This is what I
Oh,
can say.
cybersecurity. Okay.
Yeah, cyber, not security. Yeah,
Okay. Well, whatever.
yeah,
Let's call it cybersecurity. People will understand about
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I don't want to say
And
cyber that you're hacking people, right? We'll say
no, no,
cybersecurity.
I don't want to say anything like that.
Without saying I
But
said it. You didn't say nothing. Go ahead.
I'm scared of them. Like I'm totally I'm scared of the army. I think they, because I speak so many times against them, against this unit, against what they do, how they accept people. I speak about everything that I think they do wrong. They do wrong in this unit, and I have so many more things to say. And I
Okay, I
think they're
got you.
getting a little bit scared of me. So I think
Okay,
they're
no, yeah,
trying
let's leave
to.
them alone. Your unit is
Yeah, they're trying
excellent.
to
They're
do.
good peoples. They're good peoples. We
Yeah.
love
No, they're
you.
not good people. I
Continue doing your thing. No, no,
should
you gotta say that. We don't want to have problems with them. Anyway,
They
I'm
should
just
go
kidding.
to most of the people there, after the 7th of October. There was like they needed to investigate it. Like there was an army investigation about what happened. And the funniest thing is that no one got like to the army court. No one get any responsibility. All the army people were like so innocent, and this all, they say, oh my god, it's just Benjamin Netanyahu is the only person that need to take responsibility, which is crazy because they were actually the people in charge.
Wow.
So we have a very corrupted army. Our army is very corrupted, definitely. And I
And
hope I
that
can change.
corruption, do you think that corruption goes into the actual war in Gaza Strip or no? Or are they making? Listen, I personally believe any war, people making mistakes. But in a scale of 1 to 10, how many is actually mistakes, and how many you think is actually deliberate? Whatever you
I
can
think
say. I don't want you to get in trouble, but
Yeah,
whatever
no,
you
no,
think you
of
can say.
course, that's not
Yeah.
related to my 8,200 unit experience, but I think the core problem is that our army has a very left wing ideology. So even though Benjamin Netanyahu, which I admire, I think he's the best leader of our country for sure. And he was the one that got elected for like 10 times, and the people trust him, trust his judgment. So first, if you don't give him the full knowledge, he will not be able to, do the right choices. So this is one problem of the army that does not bring the full papers and documents to Benjamin Netanyahu desk or his people. And the second problem is that even if Benjamin Netanyahu asked them to do something, they like let's do something that is considered to be right wing. They will not do it. They will just say no, we cannot do it because it's against the law and stuff like it's totally made up, right?
Wow.
So I think the problem is that they do not do what the governments want them to do, or what Benjamin Netanyahu wants them to do. So this is, I think, part of that is why our war with Gaza took so many time. It like took 2 years almost, because the army was trying to protect the Gaza people and try to protect the Palestinian more than he tried to protect our soldiers that actually risked their life in order to protect us, right? Um, so I have a lot of complaints of the army, and I wish there are more Orthodox there that can change this, super left wing army.
Well, the
Definitely.
question is if the current Orthodox community, if they get into the army, if they can even change anything, and how influential they may or can be. I personally don't think. I think a lot of these guys learning in yeshiva. I don't think the girls who are Orthodox should go to the army at all. But if a lot of those guys who go to the army who are Orthodox and they're in the yeshiva, I don't think they're mentally capable of being in an army military regiment. I don't think they
Yeah,
are mentally. I don't think they're. I mean, if you're going to yeshiva and that's the selection you're going, that means there's something not wrong with you, but there's for sure you don't have the athletic skills you need to be a soldier. I mean, either you're athletic or not, and not every person was not. Like you don't take every person to the army. So to say that you
yeah,
have to force every person to the army is also, I think, a misnomer.
messed up.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah,
should get the best and the brightest to go to the army amongst the Orthodox community. And like Ravad Yosef, used to say, I think he was willing to agree with young yeshiva to go to the army, as long as there's a yeshiva in the army. Like have it like half and half. But like you're saying, I don't think they're gonna want a yeshiva style army. They don't want an Orthodox army because then it's gonna be crazy. Like, oh, now we're gonna have an Orthodox full unit like a whole base Orthodox learning half a day, and they're doing rotations. One group learns in the morning, the other one group learns in the afternoon, or they vice versa. They're going to go crazy. They're
No,
like,
you're
oh
right.
wow, they're going to make the whole army religious. So I fully understand where these Orthodox people are coming from in the Orthodox Haredi community, where they're like, one second, you want us to go to the army to indoctrinate us to become woke and left? I don't want to go to the army.
Exactly.
Right? People are not
Exactly.
getting
This
it.
is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to do. They're
Right.
trying to do that. Exactly.
Right.
Because if you will say to a left wing people, you will say them, okay, bring your child to a yeshiva, and your child will be, after 2 years it will be Orthodox. The left wing people that hate Orthodox people and they hate our religions, they will never do that. So
Wow.
what
Yeah.
you're asking from an Orthodox family is bring your children to 2 years in the army of completely non-religious army, and after 2 years your children will have a different point of views, different values. They will not be Orthodox anymore. Come on, that doesn't make any sense. Who will do that? Who will agree to that? So I totally understand them. Totally, I don't think the left-wing people will do the same to bring their kids to yeshiva and get them after two
Oh, they're not
years
going to do the same. For sure not. For sure not. The
Yeah,
indoctrination will always be indoctrination. They will never let it happen. That's not even a question in my mind. That's for sure. That's not even a non-starter. Like, we know that's going to happen. We know that's the reality of what's happening,
yeah,
right? That's not even a question. Yeah, but ultimately, what we have to also understand is that there is a internal, I think maybe religious war within Israel for many decades between the Chilonim, the non-religious secular Jews, and the religious secular Jews, and then you have the in-between of Jews, right? You have the moderate Jews, Orthodox, the one that's not so crazy Haredi, and even the Haredi communities. They're very open-minded. They're not closed-minded. I mean, I know many rabbis in my field there in the Haredi camp. They're not closed-minded. They're not fanatics. They're very intelligent. They see and understand the reality of things, but
yeah.
doesn't the consensus show that more peoples in Israel are becoming more closer to the faith of Judaism than ever before?
Definitely. I think that there are so many people in Israel that start to believe in God once again and did not feel the connection before, but now after the 7th of October, they get more and more connect with our amazing religion. And in Israel, it's so crazy, but if you have like a place when people, you're like, you have a table and you opened and on the street, and you're trying to get kids to put them tefillin, which is great and
Right.
amazing, and I love it so much to see that actually people take their time to come to the street and do tefillin to other kids that maybe they have a more loose connection to our religion. And other people that are left wing, they can
They get
come and
upset. I see it. Right.
get upset and destroyed what they do and start yelling and get the police, which is for me is so crazy, and I don't understand it at all. How can you be so like anti-religion? How you can be anti your people?
Wow.
And just hate. They hate the Orthodox. They hate us. I'm telling you, they hate to be Jewish. Like they say, I'm not Jewish, I'm Israeli. And they don't understand that if you will go to United States, no offense at all, but I feel like in United States, being a Jewish people, being a Jewish person, it can be scary walking on the street and have, a Magen David necklace or something like that. Something can happen to you, and they don't appreciate the freedom they have in Israel to do that feeling stuff and go
Right. No
in the
doubt.
street.
If Israel becomes a place where you fear people from being religious, then no offense, then you lose, right? Like, it becomes equated to any other place in the country or the world, in the global market, in the global arena, that we also have to be afraid in Israel. That's really ridiculous. That's not even a question. I have a big question
I
for you.
lived
Go
in
ahead. Go ahead.
Germany, by the way.
Oh,
I
okay.
lived in Germany for a while. I studied there. And, I get so many anti Semitic comments living there. And this is like the place when I felt that like more connected to my religion and stuff like that. And this is the place when I started, to practice more and, be more strong with my faith. So I appreciate the freedom we have here to be who we are so much, because when I lived in Germany, I was afraid to walk on the street like at night, because then I could get anti-Semitic comments, and not from the German people. I get them from the Arab,
Right, the
Muslim
more
community,
the immigrant culture, right?
the
There's all that.
immigrant. Yeah,
And the reality is if you think about it factually, what happens is that Germany seems to be more overprotective of their Jewish population than ever in history, right? I mean, they were always historically protective until obviously the 1930s
yeah.
and 1940s. But it's very funny how people are still living in Germany. I'm very shocked in that point. Uh,
The
in in
Jewish.
in retrospect, I had a theory, and this is a theory to combat Piers Morgan. Right, Piers Morgan constantly said he believes that October 7th and the war has helped Netanyahu. My argument to that is no, because Netanyahu would have been out of his whole debacle with the courts because they were about to change the court system. And Piers Morgan actually interviewed Netanyahu in the court about the court system change because they had the 62 Knesset ability voting for again for
Yeah.
change of the Supreme Court, and just the opposite because of the war, it actually prevented them from doing the change of the courts. Do you can we say that potentially, right? The reason why October 7th was let to be happening is to prevent the change on the court system. Because obviously, look, today we haven't voted against the change of the court system. And as you're running for the primaries, potentially in 6 months, there's going to be a primary. And they're hoping for Netanyahu to lose and the Likud to lose their count numbers. I personally think Likud is going to either keep the same count numbers, have a little less, with a potential of having more. I don't think they're going to go away, and I don't think Netanyahu is going away. Question is what coalition we're going to have tomorrow. Maybe Ben Gvir and Schmodritz will lose. I don't know. What's your take? And also, what's your take on Ben Gvir and Schmodritz if they're going to lose or not?
I trust Benjamin Netanyahu to do the right connection between them and to join their parties together once again, because we cannot lose voters this election. They're going to be, I'm optimistic and I believe in Benjamin Netanyahu, but I'm also realistic, and I feel like this is going to be the most important, like the most important election we've ever had in Israel. Because if Benjamin Netanyahu will not gonna make it, or the Likud will not gonna make it, we're gonna have a very left wing coalition with the Arab, and they're gonna be they will do a horrible thing, you know, like they did last time. Why we have the 7th of October? We have the 7th of October because Bennett, which was our last prime minister, he gave a lot of money to the Arabs community, and he like opened the gates to Palestinian to come from Gaza to Israel to work, and he appointed a very left wing people, to be at the head of the army and head of the Shabak, which is like the army. So I feel like if we're gonna have another coalition like this, there will be another 7th of October. I do not think the 7th of October happened because of Benjamin Netanyahu. It happened because Benjamin Netanyahu was not the prime minister in our last
Right. They brought in the
government.
people. They brought in the people there. Right. No doubt.
Yeah, Bennett, our last prime minister, which was a left-wing prime minister, he appointed two of the most like important figures for the 7th of October, the head of the army and the head of the Shabak.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so
Not just that. I also saw there were reports that a lot of these permittees who had these permits to work in the what's it
the
called
kibbutz.
in the kibbutzes, right, were actual informants for the Palestinian October 7th military, the Hamas military, and especially those who entered. Right. They were actually the ones who also entered and actually killed the people that they knew and that they worked for. I mean, there's a lot of reports on that itself, and I'm sure all this will come out once the war is over. I know today there was a
Hopefully.
yeah, I know today there was an order to attack Gaza again for not releasing bodies and breaking the ceasefire agreement or the agreement in general. What is your take about today, for example, where did Netanyahu get permission from Trump? Was there is there any reports of conversation between the U.S. and Netanyahu in Israel? What are the Israeli reports are saying on that?
I have to say before that that I'm Trump biggest fan. I
Okay, that's
think
awesome.
he's amazing. I love him so much. I pray to God every day that Trump will be, the next president of the United States. Even though I know you have like the
Yeah, you can't.
two-term law, stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can't do it. Yeah,
Please change that. I'm calling to the American people. Please let Trump to be the
I think it's very
president
hard to
once
change.
again.
You need all the governors on board. It's a whole thing. It's not so simple.
He's the best. I feel when Trump is in the White House, I feel like the world is a safer place. With Biden, we have like Biden gives so much freedom to Hamas, and Trump, he's a deal maker. He's here to make a deal, and he did the hostage deal. And if Hamas play around, Trump does not let it happen. He's just, he can tell to Benjamin Netanyahu, okay, if they're not saying what they should say, what they should do, just go attack Gaza once again. And we did not have this freedom with Biden, which was horrible president. Um, so I love Trump. Please let him be more at the White House. I'm afraid from the time he's gonna,
Well,
leave this
hopefully JD
office.
Vance. I'm thinking JD Vance and Marco Rubio will take over. They're good. They're good players too. They
Yeah, but
understand
they're
the
not
system very
Trump.
well.
They're
Well,
not
okay, Trump
Trump.
will be behind the scenes like Obama was
Yeah,
with Biden. So,
yeah.
educate us in the American communities. How is it, or how does the system work? Okay, you're running for the primaries. How do you get voted in? Like, what has to happen? Like, just to understand what's the process.
So it's very similar to the primaries at the Republican Party, for example. I'm running in the Likud Party, so all the people that join the Likud Party can vote for me. And then the person who gets the most vote is place number one, which is Benjamin Netanyahu. The second place is the person who get more vote but less than the first one. So then you get a list of 40 people, and if you get 10 mandats, it's called in Israel, um, then you can enter like the first 10 people
They get in.
enter to it can be the parliament. So I'm running in the primaries in the Likud party. So
Okay.
it's very similar to the primaries of the Republican or
Not
Democratic
so
Party.
much. It's like you're
Oh,
getting, you're
really?
actually positioning, right? It's more
Yeah.
positioning for seats. So who is your biggest competitor in your primary? Who are you actually attacking? Whose votes are you trying to get?
Wow, I have so many competitors. Mostly are women because in the Likud party we also have like a place that are like saved for women, saved for like youth, saved for like people from Tel Aviv, for example. So it's very very it's more complicated than this general list. So I'm competing in the women place, so I have so many other competitors which are women, but I'm
So
not
who's the
scared
number
of
one woman
competition.
placement in the Likud right now? Who's number one in the women's list today, right now in the Knesset? Who's the number one woman?
Miri Regev, but I'm not
Okay,
competing
you like
against
Miri
her.
Regev. Okay, so you like her.
I like her. No, I'm not competing against her because I'm only competing against new women. So
Okay,
it's different. Yeah. So there are
so
women that they're not in the Knesset right now. They're like
gotcha.
new. Yeah.
So
So
for
it's
you
supposed
to
to
be
be
in the
more fair.
Knesset, how many seats does Likud have to win?
Um, no, well, it's 20. 25 basically, but it's gonna have like 25 seats for sure.
Right.
So my competition is to win against all these other new women in order to win this 25 seat. It's
Okay.
more
So you'll
complicated
become
than,
the 25th seat if you beat all your competition.
yeah, and all
Okay,
the
that's
other new women. Yeah.
okay. Fine, I got you. Okay, it makes sense. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And what I can bring to the table, um which I think the other competitors, they cannot do that. I bring my social media account and power, and the way I can talk to the youth. And my last running, I ran for the parliament. I had like a good results at the end. So I'm pretty confident, to be honest, and hopefully, with God help, it's gonna be
Yeah,
okay.
I think
I'm
so. I
praying
mean,
every night.
you got the charisma, you got the charm, you got the know-how, you got the toarim, you got the you got the degrees.
The tearim, I like that.
You like that,
My
right? You
degrees.
got it. You got what you got. You got what you need to. I think potentially to really make a big success story. I mean, obviously, the social media is a big gamer. It's a big thing. That's how Trump got into the White House. They used the social media, and that's how Andrew Cuomo right now is beating the game. He's getting a lot of grassroots. I met Andrew Cuomo when I spoke to his brother Chris via Connect, download Connect. And I mentioned, like, listen, you guys got to understand, you need social media. I even told my friends, I told Adam, I said, listen, you got to tell somehow someone's got to talk to Andrew. Like, he's got to understand, you got to be social. Now he did a podcast with Jake Paul. He's going more into it. And, he's also hitting on the anti-Semitic news aspect of things, which is very important. That's a huge thing. New York City is like second
Oh,
to population of Israel with Jewish population. We're like got
crazy.
2.5 million Jews living in one city. I mean, that's not even a joke.
And you
Um,
have a communist, anti-Semitic candidate that is gonna win New York. I
no,
mean,
he's
that's
not winning.
crazy.
The new polls are showing he's Andrew Cuomo's catching up. Even the poly
Really? I
market,
think
yeah, the poly market polls. There's where they're reporting it. The poly market polls, basically the poly market bettings, Mamdani has dropped because early voting is showing everybody is voting for Andrew Cuomo, not Mamdani. So,
we talk about this in Israel all the time.
oh yeah,
We talked about
you're
American
watching this thing,
politics all
huh?
the time. And we're very scared of like this man taking, like, getting into power and controlling the most influential city in the world, which has like the
Yeah,
biggest population of Jewish people. So I don't know what's happened in America anymore. I'm telling you the truth. I was in New York last year, and I was in LA, and I'm kind of disappointed. Not because of the people; they're amazing people, but there's a lot of immigrants. There's a lot of anti-Semitic people. There's a lot, like, the left, the woke. I don't understand that, how a transgender woman can support Hamas. Seriously, if this women, if this transgender person, I don't know if it's a women or a men anymore, I'm not sure, this
whatever they are, right?
transgender person will go to Gaza, you know what will happen to
They'll
this
throw him off the
person?
building.
They
They'll
will
have
throw him
Sharia
off.
law. They throw him off. They'll kill him or her, whatever it is, whatever they want to call themselves. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense. We all know that it doesn't make sense, but it's all done for propaganda and usage against against the status quo of New York state law and federal law, and to try to upend the whole America and making it into a Sharia law country, which is what they want to do in Europe.
Crazy.
They want to do it in America. They want to do it globally, create the global caliphate. That's the thing. But the question is, who's in charge and who will be in charge? Who knows? I personally think the Judeo-Christian Christian culture will overcome this Muslim extremist culture. You understand?
You
Because
think so?
not
I'm
every.
not sure anymore.
I think so. Yes, I think so. I personally think so. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Time will tell itself. Time will
Yeah.
tell itself, and everything. And the reality is, you know, yeah, things. Let's see what happens. I mean, we got till November 4th. We'll see what happens by November 4th. I mean, I'm going all voting tomorrow, hopefully, and I'm voting for Andrew Cuomo. I met Cuomo. I asked him, I'm like, listen, I told him straight up, I'm like, you got to make the subway safe. That's the main thing I care about. Like, because I cannot,
The
I'm not going
streets
to the
too.
subways. I used to be able to sleep in the subway until I get to my destination. Now I can't even go to the subway. I don't even want to enter the subway. It's disaster. So he definitely focusing on a lot of cleanup, and that's what we definitely need cleanup in New York City. Um, Last
Clean up all
question I
the
want to ask you.
immigrants and
Go
stuff
ahead. Go
like
ahead.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The last question. I don't want to hold you up any much longer, but what is your main message you can tell people for voting for you? I mean, obviously, this is going to go on social media. I'm sure you're going
Yeah.
to subtitle it for your end, right? What is the last message you want to tell to people why they should vote for you in the future? Well, the future primary.
Yeah, wow. I think I'm bringing to the table something that is a little bit different than what was in the past. I'm here to make the Likud party great again, and bring all the young
That's a good one.
people to the Likud party. I'm here to strengthen this movement, and to bring to the table all my social media influence and stuff like that. And I want to take care of the soldiers. They're like my age and my generation that is fight in Jabalia, or in Gaza, or in Lebanon. They're my people, they're my generation, and they should be someone in their age that can take care of all their problems. So I want to be this person that they can call to and talk to in order to get help. All our soldiers, amazing soldiers. And yeah, I'm here, exactly, I'm here to make the Likud party great again for young people, because there's a lot of young people that they don't vote for the Likud party because all the social media and everything is so left and so progressive. So I'm
Wow.
trying to make a change on my
Yeah, it
own.
makes
And
sense. It makes sense. Likud is probably like MAGA of Israel in many
yeah,
ways, especially now with him. I think he in 2 3 years he was voted 3 times in. Like you can't beat that guy. I mean, like that whole party was. I think that was his in history. What do they call him? A kosem,
he's
right? A magician,
amazing.
political magician, right? Let's see what happens if his political magicianry, his potion will work this time around. I personally think he's gonna win again. I mean,
Of course,
yeah, I
we're
personally
gonna
think he
win,
is
definitely.
definitely
And
awesome.
Benjamin Netanyahu is the greatest leader we had and we have. So I support him deeply, and I believe in him, and I trust him. I trust Benjamin Netanyahu, and I love him as a person. And I think he's like the
Of course, you should know
smartest.
one thing: all Benjamins are successful. You know, my name is also Benjamin, right? So all Benjamins, we come from the same cloth in spirituality. If you think about it, you
Exactly.
know. All right, Hadad, I
Exactly.
appreciate you for coming. All right, please follow her on social media. Her account is right here.
Yeah.
The Hadar Muhtar right here. This is her account. Everyone can see what she does. She's awesome. She does a lot of success stories. It's awesome to watch what she says and how she talks to everybody, like in such pleasantry. You know, you kill people with niceness. Like Obama
Exactly.
used to say, they go low, you go high, right? And honestly, that's what she's doing. She doesn't fight back, although she has military training. She's still nice to them. She could easily do Krav Maga stuff. I mean, they're whatever it is, whatever Krav Maga, plug in Krav Maga or any other martial arts they teach in Israel. But anyway,
Krav
yeah,
Maga,
you.
yeah.
So everybody, follow her. Take her. This is her Instagram. She has TikTok and other social medias, Facebook. But more or less, they're all the same. So everybody, do not forget about Hadar. And if you're an Israeli living in Israel, please vote for Hadar. I fully pull my support on her. I think I can vote technically, no? Or do I have to have a Tudat Zut? I'm just a holder of Israeli passport. I
Maybe
mean,
you can.
all
Maybe
right.
you can vote. Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
think
find out with Hadar how to vote for the first time in Israel, and I'm gonna vote. All right, let's see if they can do mail-in ballots for Americans who never voted before.
thank you so much. I
Always,
super
always,
appreciate it. And I
always.
hope we're gonna meet, once again, face to face this time.
Oh
I'm
yeah, if
gonna
I
be
go
at
to
the
Israel, we're
Knesset.
doing something in Israel. We're gonna do a podcast, take a studio. We're gonna do something there. We're gonna talk a while. Maybe we get a few of your other friends, who want to talk and start getting down to the nitty and gritty, so the culture can understand more what goes on in Israel. Because I think there's a lot of misinformation with the news that's really going on in Israel to the actuality of what's being represented here in New York. But we have a few ideas on how to change that in the future. But definitely, Hadar, we appreciate you for coming on our podcast. I want to do
Sure.
many more with you. You're intelligent. You know
Anytime.
the stuff. It's awesome, and and I'm gonna bother you more to get these podcasts out there. All right,
Definitely. Anytime you want.
all right, awesome. Appreciate you, Hadar.